Welcome back to the Investor Unite podcast, where we talk all things real estate, business, and entrepreneurship.
If you're looking to ignite your real estate investing, then join the family at Investors Unite, and we can teach you as much as we know.
Wait, they don't know who we are.
I'm Skyler. Nice to meet you all again.
Stefanie, we're real estate investors out in Harrisburg, PA. But with that being said, let's dive right into it.
Some young entrepreneurs trying to make it big in this tiny world.
You already know.
That's it. So since our last podcast, we've had some things happen. Couple ups, couple downs. Today's video, I'd say, is really going to be based off of mindset.
Yeah.
How to balance your work with your personal life. Mm-hmm. I think setting up priorities, kind of just going over an overview of what we've done.
Yeah. Speaking of personal life, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was very good. Thank you for asking. We had my mom's side of the family. Well, this Thanksgiving was actually different for us this year. Mm-hmm. So every previous year, it's always a big gathering between my mom and my immediate family. Yeah. And then her brothers and their families, and then my grandparents as well. Mm-hmm. Where this year was completely different for us, actually. So everyone kind of did their own little thing, which I didn't like at all, to be honest. Yeah. I enjoy the big family gathering. It feels like Thanksgiving.
It's nice, yeah.
Right. This time it kind of just felt like a family dinner, just a nice family dinner. Yeah. And then we did do my dad's side of the family on the following Friday. Mm-hmm. So that was nice too. I got to see more of that side of the family, which is more of a rare occasion. But yeah, how about you?
I feel like it was the same. So as siblings get older, they make their own family. Yeah. So it was
forget that. They don't.
I know. So
come back home.
My one sister was in New York. My other sister, she had her own little gathering in Harrisburg. And then my family, we also had our little gathering, our little Thanksgiving. Nice. So it was overall a good time, and then we'll all come together for Christmas.
Cool. Yeah, no, we'll probably do the same thing. This was a little topic, not to stay too long on Thanksgiving, but a little topic that came up at ours is, what would be your favorite side dish at Thanksgiving?
I think the one, I could eat this any day.
Is this some Ethiopian stuff, or is it?
No.
Okay.
No, just corn pudding.
Oh, you already said
That's
that.
the best.
Corn pudding. Yeah.
I love corn pudding.
So any leftovers? I still want to try.
No, we're gone. It's gone.
Yeah, clean that one out.
Yeah.
So it was up for debate for me between the green bean casserole and
I cannot do green bean casserole.
No? So good. And sweet potatoes.
I like sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are good. Yeah. With the marshmallows on top.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
This year, my sister tried to take initiative, younger sister Anna, and try to make a homemade mac and cheese, which I don't know how you mess up mac and cheese, but she did. It was actually foul. And I love mac and cheese, so I was kind of disappointed about that.
I gotta try it one of these days. We'll have to have her make it.
Yeah. No. That's just a waste of money. Yeah.
But
anyways.
Then Thanksgiving, it's definitely been a roller coaster since the last podcast, which was probably about a month ago. But there's something I wanted to tell you about the property we saw yesterday.
Okay.
So
17th Street.
Yeah, we're supposed to close on that next Friday.
Right.
And we don't have a buyer. We're supposed to wholesale it.
Yeah.
And
I don't really have a transactional lender yet because there's the lawyer that's involved, or attorney, a lawyer.
Yeah, so we have nothing right now, and I don't want to.
This sounds about real estate related.
Yeah, I don't want it to be upsetting to the seller and tell her we can't close last minute.
So we gonna buy it.
I was thinking about that. So I was running numbers before we came here, and I was like, our ARV is roughly around $155,000. Okay. And that's maybe being conservative as a 4-bedroom, right, instead of putting it as a 5-bedroom.
Okay. And did you see the remember, it doesn't matter if I say it, Harold's house down on 16th Street? Yeah. I understand that was fully detached, where ours is semi-detached, but I think that one ended up selling for $230,000, which was crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we can't technically use that.
No, we can't use that as a comp.
But it's nice that properties are selling higher within that area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So ARV is 155 to be conservative.
And I was thinking
we got it locked up
at 50, but we have to pay the seller's taxes, her back taxes, which is roughly around $4,000 to $5,000.
I thought it was more than that.
No, it's roughly around that. And then closing costs, I believe we're just paying our side. So I just rounded it up to probably 5. Yeah. So let's say our all in is $60,000.
Yeah.
So roughly if Raphael's labor is around $15K, and then our material cost is like 25K. What is that? Like,
we're all in for like 40.
Yeah.
So
around that.
Around 100 all in. Well, you do 155, let's say we sell it at that with 7% deducted because of realtor fees and closing costs on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah, math.
I dropped out, so I need that calculator. But roughly we are around like
11
maybe
to
a 35 to 40K profit, depending on the material cost.
And how long do you think this project would take?
I think it could probably take 6 weeks.
Yeah.
If we order the cabinets right when we get the property.
I think that's pushing it a little bit. That property needs some work.
You think it's going to be longer?
I think so. I think it's going to definitely be longer than Sylvan.
I don't know. I think we can move. I think what held us back from Sylvan was the cabinets.
True. So if we actually get that process.
Yeah, just get everything started.
I really want to see if we can still knock that wall down. Because Raphael said we could, but what's his name, Roe, said we couldn't. 2 general contractors, 2 completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Speaking of contractors.
Let's just spiral right into it.
Yeah.
Speaking of contractors, so I believe on our last episode, we talked about going through an eviction for our first time.
Yeah.
Just with that 5-unit property. And we just recently, for the first time, had to
fire a contractor.
So that was an interesting experience.
Very interesting. Well, I'm glad we experienced it because it just builds to the experiences that we experienced.
The ups and downs, you got a lot of them in this game.
Yeah.
We have let go of former employees before, all VAs. So not really like an in-person kind of, hands-on person.
Right.
Which is a lot easier to do. So this one was a little bit nerve-wracking. We did get help from a mentor on what would be the best option to do the scenario that we were in.
And not just one mentor, 2 mentors,
Right.
Because I did ask Dom too.
That's what I was thinking.
Just to say like, what should we do on this scenario? Because we're, still new to the business, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially to,
compared to these guys who have been in for like 10, 20, 30 years.
Right.
Absolutely. So, yeah, why did we fire him?
So it has been a process in itself. I mean, if you look at the last podcast, we talked about him taking he started a month late or over a month later on the project, and then still was saying one thing and the actions just weren't lining up with what he was supposed to be doing. Yeah. And we even had cameras on the property and stuff like that, so we could see.
Caught him in a couple lies.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, so we're just getting over it. It's losing us money, and with utility payments, not getting rent from anyone being in there, and we're just getting tired of it.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And to be honest, this guy outside of real estate, I believe, is a great human being. He does have a large family, a bunch of kids, still a younger dude, grinding it out as much as he can. It's like a family-owned company. They just upgraded their warehouse.
Yeah.
So like they're making these moves within the industry, but at the same time, it does come at a cost sometimes of, when you get contractors, you always get 2 of the 3, and his third was definitely lacking, which obviously was time. And
you can't really you look at personal, and I'm a very caring person and stuff, but sometimes you do have to separate, you have to separate personal and business.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I believe businesses should be have emotion completely left out.
Right.
When it comes to it. It's purely logic is when it comes to business. It's like, understand people have their own lives. Yes. Business needs to run because we're losing money if that's not being put in place.
Right.
So it is what it is. It's one of those times that,
And I had to play the bad guy.
Yeah, which is actually annoying to me because he him back in this phone call, yo. So yeah, I was going back and forth with him because he was tired of communicating.
Well, let's go back a little bit. So I remember exactly what happened because this was right before my real estate investing meetup out in Lancaster.
Right. Yep.
And I was just getting tired of it, of like everything going on with, the contractor, so on and so forth. So I was like, let's get a hold of, you know who to see what we should do in our next step. So yeah, we, you know, hopped on a phone call with him, did a 3-way, and he was like, you should do A, B, and C. And
he's ruthless. Yeah. He does not care.
You gotta love him.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he is as big as he is now.
Yeah. And you were like, yep, all right, well, we'll give him a call tomorrow and, you know, let him know. And I said, nah, we're giving him a call right now.
I said, all right. Steph's putting her foot down.
So after we hung up with him, you called him and then added me to the call. So it was like 3-way.
Yep.
Explain kind of how that went.
Yeah, so it was funny. So during this time frame of us like going through this entire process, I'm on a first date, right?
Yeah.
We're walking around this park, me and this girl, I'm not gonna say who she was.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was just on the phone and I was just like trying to like be like, hey, like I promise I'm not this mean, or she's not this mean. It's just the scenario. Like, yeah. It's funny. But yeah, so I gave him a call. I pretty much was like talking to him. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know that Stefanie and I have been talking. And we also just talked to our mentor. We didn't mention your name whatsoever, but we kind of gave him the whole situation of what we've been going through in regards to, you know, your time frame, the work that's been getting done, the amount of work that's been done. And we just kind of want to, you know, have a talk with you.
Right.
And then that's where I added you into the call. And I think me saying we brought that third party in really pissed him off.
Yeah.
And he must have thought, for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure I told him, like, we did not mention your name.
Right.
But I think he thought
that we probably did, which we didn't.
Right. Yeah. No, we don't want any bad karma or bad.
Now, this person, our mentor was like, you could just post them on social media.
Yeah, see?
I was like, I said, I'm not that mean.
That's not nice.
I'm not a mean person. It's just like, we just got to take care of business.
Got to do what you got.
Got to stand on business.
It is. So, yeah, that was definitely an interesting experience. The call lasted, I'd say, probably about half an hour. And, yeah, by the end, he was fuming, and you kind of handled it extremely well.
Yeah.
Handled that whole situation. That's it. And you just kept saying, I appreciate it the entire time.
I wish you the best.
Wish you the best. We appreciate it.
Then he started going on my social media. I was like, yeah, what does this have to do?
Like, you know what? Say something again. We're going to post you on social media.
Like, what does this have to do with anything? And then I just continued to say, you know, it's all good. Appreciate it. Hope you have much success.
Something interesting that he brought up, which I wasn't aware of and neither were you, was that in the contract, he needed basically a 2-week notice.
Yeah.
Which...
Did you look at it?
No, I didn't look at it.
Oh, okay. I didn't look.
It doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
But that's something that we definitely can use as a learning experience and definitely go back and review these contracts.
Every experience, good or bad, it's a learning experience, honestly.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like you learn more from the bad situations than you do the good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a big part that's happened pretty recently.
Yeah. So it's been all good.
Yeah.
Other than, I mean, there's more stuff that happened, but like, I don't want to get too much into like that part.
Yeah. So let's not sidetrack too much.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about like our company financials.
Oh.
I think that's another episode to kind of like compare because I'm excited. Like, although it's not the best part where we're at, I'm excited of like the growth of where we're gonna be.
The storyline.
Yeah.
It's all for the plot.
Yeah.
No, we can definitely break that into another episode because we can talk about that for a little while.
So make sure you stay tuned.
Stay tuned because that one will be very interesting, to say the least. So where are we now?
So currently we have a total of 10 units per se.
Yep.
We did talk about actually letting go one of the units. It was either our 2 unit or our property on Sylvan.
Right. We didn't talk about this last podcast, did we?
No.
Okay.
So, and the thing is, like, our company, we want to be able to have reserves and money just in case, God forbid, something happens with one of the rental units, like if we need a new water heater or whatever the case may be. So that's why we're like, okay, let's sell one of these.
Right, exactly. So our company goal for the past couple months has been to buy properties. Not just generally we buy properties, but build a rental portfolio.
Yeah.
Be more specific. So we started acquiring all these properties, right? And obviously things do go over budget. Things take longer than expected. It takes tenants sometimes longer to get into the properties, especially using the Section 8 program. Just going through their files and all the documentation that requires.
Yeah.
So there's been lack of capital, I should say. I'm not going to go too much into it. And yeah, I mean, we came to the decision that we need to sell off one of these properties, even though it's something that we definitely did not have planned initially, and it could have been just about a perfect burr. Buy, renovate, rent, rehab, refit. You got it.
Refinance.
You got it. I said renovate and rehab Forget that. But yeah. So no, I mean, it's definitely, I believe, going to be a good decision in the end for our company. Just because we could really use that capital. Debt, credit cards, that kind of stuff.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. So yeah, we opted to sell our only single family property that we currently have. I think that's the best choice because obviously the multifamilies are going to usually produce more monthly cash flow.
Yeah.
And we can still walk with most likely around 30,000 profit after, flipping this one.
Right. And honestly, we could also, so there was a neighbor Raphael has been communicating with. Raphael is our contractor, and she's actually interested in the property. At first, she was interested in buying it, but she's like, right now, I don't know if I want to buy or not. But now she's like, I'm interested in renting it because her house she's in a couple of doors down is basically ready to fall apart. Like,
oh, really?
The foundation is horrible.
Okay.
So her landlord isn't taking, initiative in doing the renovations that need be. So she's like, I'm over it. I have 5 kids. I want to make sure my family's all set and secure. So she reached out to Raphael. Raphael showed her the property. She loves it. And she was wondering how much we would rent it to her. And I was like, our strategy right now is to sell it. And, I was seeing if she would be open to buying. But right now, like I said, that's not where she wants to be. But then I also brought up we could do seller finance. And seller finance her the property, so we get that, down payment.
I was gonna say we wouldn't need a lump sum down,
right?
For sure.
So she wasn't really leaning towards that right now. So I was like, if God forbid if the property doesn't sell, we still do have a backup where we can just keep it and do the burst strategy, and we already have a tenant. Now I don't know if she's going to pay the rent of what we would put it at. Because
didn't you give her a number at all yet?
No.
Okay.
I didn't give her a number because I think she would just be a market tenant. I don't believe she has Section 8. Yeah. And then her rent right now is like $600 something. So that's going to be a big difference with us having a fully renovated property.
Yeah, we're looking probably around triple. To be honest. They got fully renovated 5-bedroom property. That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, those are definitely all things to take into consideration. But yeah, I'd say overall, as of now, the goal is to sell that one, build up a little bit of capital, pay off some debt. And yeah, so that's another interesting thing that's happened. And then it looks like we might end up doing another flip, obviously, on that 17th Street property if we don't
we'll
find a buyer.
We'll have to. So the guy that we met at Home Depot, I'm not going to say any names, but he was like, why don't we just, because he was supposed to meet us to see the property, see that cash buyer.
Right.
And he was like, would you guys be open to partnering and stuff and splitting it at the price that we got under contract, where I just think it's probably best for us to just do it ourselves.
Yeah, why would we split that?
Yeah.
We have the people in place that we need. And
so I was like, I'll talk to you about it, but that doesn't I know you're
yeah, we'll give you a little $10,000 wholesale, if you want that.
Well, no, because we have it, so it wouldn't.
No, I'm saying wholesale to him.
Oh, yeah, we would,
yeah,
do it like that, but
exactly.
So we'll see. Something to think about. We don't got much time to think about, but
we got a couple days here.
Yeah.
Do you think our lender would lend again?
I don't know. It's a possibility.
When is the refi going through for 18th?
I was thinking about that driving over here. I was like, maybe if we get that done before Friday, it'd be a better way.
What, tomorrow or next Friday?
Well, we close next Friday, but tomorrow is when hopefully they can get everything situated, but not close for the refinance.
Right. If we're able to get all the documentation we need by tomorrow, which we should.
I'm hoping we can close by Wednesday for the refinance.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that'll give our lender proof that we know what we're doing to some extent.
Yeah.
And
but we still have to build more lenders and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So we'll be working on that.
Yeah. So let's get into mindset.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So let's get into mindset, kind of I know recently my mindset has been kind of all over the place, which I think could get kind of interesting if you want me to go into that.
Yeah. It's whatever you're open to.
I'm okay with it, but let's start with yours, actually.
Okay.
I feel like there's not going to be as much detail. It's kind of like...
I don't know. Well, like, I don't share as much. That's just, like, who I am. Like, even with, like...
See, I'm a very open person.
Yeah, I'm not, like, as open. Like, I tend to keep it a lot in, and then I tell myself I'm not stressed, but then...
You explode. No.
Yeah. Well, like, some things, like, it will just pile up, and then it's just... But that's why working out is a good way to release stress and stuff like that. But overall...
How's your mindset? How you doing?
A therapy session.
How you doing, Steph?
I think I'm doing pretty good. I don't feel like I've been working out consistently.
I had a little one yesterday. Tiniest little workout.
The little.
Yeah, a little. It was with the 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do need to get back into that.
Okay.
But overall.
Do you think it's a time issue?
I think because I'm more focused on the business.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
You still have your, daily morning routine. You wake up at a certain time.
Yeah. So I wake up around like 7:30, 7:15, 7:30.
Okay.
It depends if I have like a meeting in the morning. But number one thing, get up, get ready, and then go right to the Bible. So I just like read the Bible, do some notes and stuff like that. It's like my peaceful time.
Okay.
So that's pretty relaxing.
What you usually do for breakfast?
It depends. Sometimes like I won't do a breakfast. Sometimes I'll just have coffee.
Yeah.
And maybe like a granola bar.
That red Starbucks cup every morning.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's pretty much it. And then, I don't know.
I was going to ask you, like, do you feel motivated on a daily basis, or is it more of self-discipline at this point?
No, like today I wasn't motivated.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I feel like, because every day this week I had a breakfast meeting. Mm-hmm. So I got up, ready, went to that meeting. Today I didn't have like a morning thing.
Yeah.
So I like got up, same time.
A little sluggy.
I was like, dang, like I was talking to my mom. I was like, man, I just don't feel it today.
Yeah.
I'm just not feeling it.
Everyone has those days though.
Yeah. And I think because I just wasn't out the house. So I feel like, having an office could be a good possibility of like
absolutely
just getting that mindset, right? Of just going out somewhere.
Yeah.
Since I think it is a little downside. Like it's nice to have like the home office. But
I feel like you need something a little bit more than that too.
Yeah. I realize like I like being around people.
Yeah. With
the office. It like hypes you up, stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know how Amir does it, like cold calling and stuff.
She's insane.
Yeah.
I love that girl.
Overseas.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So overall pretty good?
Overall it's pretty good. Sometimes like there's always rough moments.
Yeah.
Rough times. But that's when it comes down to realizing God has a plan, and then I just fall back on that. Like, like when you had your tough moment,
yep.
Like I didn't tell you, but like it was tough on me.
Yeah.
And then, but like
I know it was tough on you.
Yeah. But like I won't like explain it like too much.
Yeah.
But like yeah.
No, I understand completely. Yeah. I don't really have any other questions for you.
No, you're good. Let's dive into you.
Let's dive into my situation.
Yeah.
Okay. So about, I'll say beginning of September.
Yeah.
I went through a breakup with my girlfriend from the past, just about 5 years in total. Early November would have been 5 years, so almost there. And that was difficult, to say the least, to be honest. So we'll just call it September 1st.
Right.
I don't actually know the exact date, somewhere around that time frame. I'd say from September 1st to about October 1st, I was completely fine. I was golden. I felt
chilling.
I felt so much better actually. Like I felt relieved. I felt like I don't know.
A weight was lifted off
completely a weight off my shoulders. Yeah. Then for whatever reason, I had one night that I decided to go downtown and drink, and I called her up. I was like, "Hey, like, can you come to the house? I want to talk to you."
Yeah.
She comes to the house, and we're in the car and everything. I don't know. Okay, so I would say throughout a majority of that relationship, I always held control. Like, I don't want to sound like a jerk, or to say it kindly.
Yeah.
But it was really all on me. Like, there's been several times throughout that relationship where I was like, hey, I'm not really happy. I don't know if I want to keep doing this, you know, what do you say? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
There you go. And we always went back to it, you know, try to change things, fix things out. Nah, never really worked.
Right.
And then, yeah, we finally had like that final straw. Well, I kind of did. I was like, listen, like, this is it.
Yeah.
But after called her over, we got done talking. At this point in the car, she was like, no, like, I don't want to get back with you. Because that's kind of the stage I was at after I was done drinking. Yeah. I was like, all right, I'm back home alone. I don't want this. So I call her up. And then she was like, no, like, we're done. Like, that's it. Yeah. She was like, I gave you enough chances. You don't want me anymore. You're just drunk, blah, blah. I'm like, no, like, let me sober up real quick. Let me talk to like a real person. Right. I was like, and this is something it was hard, like super hard for me to hear. I'm not going to go fully into depth with everything. Ended up being a very long night, to say the least. And for about the entire next, so we'll say like that was October. I'd say up until about the second week in November, I was a full-on mess, like complete wreck.
Well, you had other stuff too with your friend.
Right. So there was a lot that got
piling up.
There was a lot that got piled up, and I am not an emotional person. Never have been my entire life. I believe that's father figure issues, but that doesn't matter. And emotion hit me. I've never been depressed in my entire life. I've never been like had anxiety, like any of that.
Right.
And this all just hit me at one time. Plus, obviously, several different situations going on simultaneously, really built on top of me, and I just broke, completely broke. And there was a point in time where I still woke up, I still have my W-2, and I would go to work every morning from 6 to 2:30. I get off at 2:30, you know, be home at 3. We would have our Zoom call, and like I would try to stick through it, and like I would listen. Sometimes I would just like throw myself on mute, have like tears coming down sometimes, whatnot. And usually after that, I was instantly to bed. I was like, I'm not doing jack squat today. I'm done. I am mentally exhausted. Like, I just feel completely broken.
Right.
So I would hit the bed. And this is where you really stepped up. I'd say you like took full control of the company for a solid month at least. And you really did control, you know, our employees. You controlled our contractors. You helped, not helped, well, kind of helped our bookkeeper with like the finances, setting up spreadsheets, stuff like that. So I have to applaud you. Because I was not in a good space. And I didn't really, I'd say, so this is kind of where we get into, where you obviously took on a big workload.
Yeah.
And then I knew you were like going through it and like you were stressed out because you also have your listing, which, you know, was a stressful thing outside of our business itself. And one day you texted me and like.
Well, it's crazy because.
Okay, go ahead.
Before that day, I was at the 5 unit, and I was like, why? Like, I was just with my mom because we were walking through it because I was like, all right, let's go clean it to make sure it's all ready for a tenant and stuff like that so I can start marketing and take photos the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, why isn't our other contractor, why isn't he done with this already? And she's like, you're not mad at him. You're just frustrated with this whole situation.
Yeah.
And so he actually came up that day. So we were all there that night. So they were finishing up the project and we were just, you know, talking. Then everything was done that day. And then still that night, I was like, you know what? I'm about to give him a call. And do you remember, like I called you the one night and then you didn't answer.
I was not answering.
And I was just so frustrated. I'm like, I was literally about to probably go off on the phone. Not like, just like in a general, like chill way.
I'm fed up.
Yeah. And I was like, thank God he didn't answer because after the fact, that's why I didn't double call, or you called me back, but I had a feeling like God was like, don't pick up, calm down, relax, and stuff like that.
Take some breaths.
And I was so thankful that I didn't call you back, or like, even though when you called me back, like I didn't answer.
Yeah.
And then a couple days went by. And then that's when I was like, nah, like I'm just tired of feeling this way. So that's when I sent the text message.
Right.
And I feel like if we would have had that conversation, like that phone call, it probably would have made it even worse.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I was like,
it would have probably got messy.
Yeah, like God literally, like he knew. So I was very thankful of that.
Yeah. So no, you did text me, and I'd say before like the text and everything, I never really explained to you how bad off I was.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Right. Because once again, like I always try to like, keep my chin up, walk around like nothing's wrong. It was not good.
Yeah.
It was a bad time. So I kind of explained to you like more personally, I'm going to get to you guys, but what I was going through. Right.
Yeah.
And I appreciate how considerate you were and like understanding of my entire situation. And then, I mean, we just talked it out. Like we had a very efficient conversation, I would say. We kind of came to terms with what still needs to be handled by whom, what party within the company. You know? And I was like, and I do apologize. Obviously being in this mental state is not good for the company.
Which mental health is real, and that's something like
it is. Talk about that's something I would completely blow off. Like my entire life. Yeah. Like I heard people, I have depression, I have anxiety. Shut up. Like, what are you talking about?
Like there's things that
wake up, chill.
And we can talk about like after like what you did to help.
Okay.
Unless like. But you seem like you're feeling better.
Oh, no, yeah, no. Okay. So, yeah, like I was saying.
I don't want to assume anything.
No, I am, honestly. Yeah. So up until, I'd say about 3 weeks ago now, like we're towards the end of November. Yeah. We're at the very end of November. So I'd say like after about the first to second week of November, I met somebody I kind of like.
And this is... Like, you also did take a trip to Florida. And
I did.
Like, don't worry about the business. Don't worry about anything. Take your trip.
Yeah, like, I brought my laptop with me, and I was like, I want to work. And I got down there. I was like, no. Yeah. I need, like, mental alone time. Right. Sit on a beach by myself. Just think about life, Try to clear my head up. Did a lot of meditation. Got into the Bible that you bought me. So that was nice, too. And yeah, really just spent a lot of alone time. Like I did go down to a buddy's house. One of my best friends moved down to Florida like, about a year ago. Yeah. Which I hate him for because now I miss him. But I went down to go see him, and a majority of the day, I mean, him and his girlfriend, they both worked from a typical 9 to 5:30. Yeah. So I had that entire time to myself in this brand new place. Just kind of go explore, like, meet new people. Yeah. Take time to myself, which was I'm not used to. I did the calculations, right? So ever since my ex and I started dating, we dated for a total, I believe it was like 1,864 days. Oh, shit. It was like...
No, the days amount.
Yeah, so it was funny. Only because my sister brought
up... I thought he was about to say 5 years.
No, 1,864 days, I believe. Yeah. Out of those days, there was a total of 3 days we didn't see each other.
That's insane.
3 out of almost 2,000.
That's crazy.
Right. So being alone is not something I was used to whatsoever. Yeah. And I can say now, okay, so let me go back. At the time, I hated it. I did not like it. I felt like...
Oh, I knew.
Yeah, like I need somebody around me. Like I don't know what to do by myself. Like I've always been that way since a kid, honestly. But it was far worse at this point just because I was used to having somebody there 24/7. I can say, as of now, it still feels weird. Yeah. Just, that's the only way to put it.
So long.
I realize it's not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing. Well, it might be a good thing to some people. I just don't personally enjoy it. Yeah. I guess it all depends on your personality and,
You're talking about being alone?
Yeah.
I think it's, so like, I'm an introvert, but I'm also an extrovert. Like, I like my peace and quiet. Right. Like, I'm cool with being alone, but I also... Like, it was a good time when we were all, like, making calls the other day, too.
Yeah, I love that.
It's fun being in a group setting, but I can't be in a group setting for a long period of time.
See, that's where I'm the opposite, because I love being in group setting. I can do it 24/7, all day, every day. I love the energy that other people bring. It kind of, like, amps me up. I'm able to express myself more so. Yeah. I'm not somebody who enjoys being alone. And I can't say now, like, I can say now that it's not bad, though. Like, it's something I'm able to do. Yeah. And not feel like
use that
sad
as like a
or depressed. Right, exactly. It's like something that I just recently developed, honestly. And the only thing I would say is weird. Yeah. Like, that's the only word I can use to describe it as weird. Yeah. But, yeah, about, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, something like that, I started talking to a new person. Yeah. And I kind of like it. So that's helped me out a lot, too.
Butterflies.
Yeah. I can't help but smile, yes. I hate it. But no, it's also
good. You're in a good space.
It is. And I definitely say, like, this person, I believe, would be a lot more beneficial than the last person that was involved. Just a lot more mature. Yeah. She's older, So yeah, I think things are in the right direction at this point. And but yeah, that kind of just like, just a brief not brief, that was pretty detailed. My mindset over the last little while.
Yeah.
But once I got out of that depressed stage, started talking to this person, I feel as though I was contributing a lot more to the business itself at this point. I was like excited to actually, help
get
them
back into it,
have those Zoom calls every day, go on these appointments, like meet with the contractors, check on the renovation process of our properties. It was just a bunch of stuff where I was like, okay, like I'm happy to do this again.
So like would you say like the vacation helped, but also you said that you've been going to the gym maybe sometimes twice a day and so on.
Yeah, there was a time where it was like, it's funny because it was like, so like broke up with, what's her name? Immediately hit the gym. Like this was a point before I was even depressed. I was like gym. Like
to get your mind off of everything.
Exactly. So I was like once, twice a day, like every single day for hour to 2 hours. And then I went to the full on depressed stage and didn't go to the gym for about a month and just recently started like working back into it. So this whole week I've gone, I think there's only one day I didn't go this week. It was like, it's either Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. But yeah, so like, I don't know, I'm getting back into it. And during my relationship, that's something that I also struggled with. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel
like you're finding yourself, and what you like and different stuff like that.
Exactly. And that's another weird thing, which I feel like this is turning like strictly relationship. But just to wrap it up, make it quick, is that when I was in that relationship, realized I became more of an introverted person. Growing up as a kid, I was extremely extroverted. Like I love being around people. I love talking to people.
Right.
During the relationship, there's been certain situations where like we would go to the meetups or something and like I would kind of hide away. Like I wouldn't be up there like talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And, just be with that one person. And then once it was done, and she was like always relieved when these meetups were like finally ending. She was like, time to go. Yeah. And that kind of gave me the mindset of like, yeah, you're right. Like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
And now it's like, when I went on that vacation, I became a full-on extravert again. I had to force myself to do it.
Because you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what's that saying? Surround yourself with the five.
It's like the
5 people you surround yourself with.
Tell me your friends, your 5 friends are, and I'll tell you what your future is. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's completely true. I have evidence to back it up. The proof of concept.
Well, I think that was a good spot with like mindset, life.
Yeah. Ups and downs, mental health.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be ups and downs in business. It's just all about how you bounce back. Like right now, our business may not be in the greatest spot, but we're super optimistic of where we're going to go. Yeah. And it's all about like that storyline. We're just excited about what God has in store for us.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm so excited. I feel like we are definitely on the right trajectory. We're still going to continue to have our ups and downs, but hopefully we can build up some capital and kind of work through those a little bit easier in the future. I feel as though we definitely learned some lessons as well. And yeah, I think we're in a good spot right now. I know I'm feeling a lot better. I think you're feeling a lot better. You seem better recently. I don't know.
I guess I feel good. I don't know. It feels like another day.
Just another day, another million.
Another day, another million.
Something else that's interesting is that our I mentioned this to you. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but personally, I felt really cool when I realized it. But I added up the our property's gross worth, I guess you could say. And it was over $1 million.
So that's exciting.
So all of our properties combined, not including all the debt that we owe on them.
Did that include Sylvan? Oh, well, we're about to let this one go.
Yeah.
Honestly, well, the 5 unit will be like $500-$600. But wait, so honestly, I got an email right before this meeting.
Someone wants to buy it?
No.
Oh.
Well, the one tenant, Section 8 tenant.
Yeah.
You remember the one that just moved in yesterday?
Yeah.
We had to lower the rent because Section 8 said we had to.
And they approved it for...
And at first we were like, no, like we already have it at this. If Section 8...
And it's the same caseworker.
This caseworker? She was like, well, now you have to... Because we lowered it to the same amount of what the other lady's paying for the one that came in yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if we put it at this price, she's going to approve it, the caseworker. She's like, nope.
Why?
She's saying we have to do 1,000.
Why?
So I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah. Gotta love that case.
Ain't doing that. We find a new caseworker.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, every time that the rent goes lower, I mean, the less the property's worth.
Yeah.
Just based off a cap rate.
Which, I mean, like, we still want to make sure tenants are all situated and all good.
Yeah, but it's coming from the government.
It's
I don't
government.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the
Not a lot
money.
of people, not a lot of landlords like to do Section 8.
Yeah.
So
We're helping out. Forget them.
So
Pay me more money.
Yeah, I haven't responded back yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's absolute BS.
Yeah.
Another down in real estate. But, things happen. We'll get it figured
The
out.
reality, the true behind the scenes.
Honestly.
I think did we go over everything?
See, mindset, ups and downs, fired or contractor. Still love you, dude. If you see this.
Yeah, no, like, literally, I was praying for him the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Like, praying, making sure, like, his family's all good. Because, like, you never know, like, mental health. You never know what they're going through.
Yeah.
We just had to make a business decision, so, yeah.
Yeah. So, absolutely. My mom got another cat.
Oh, there.
Yeah, so we got 3 at the house now.
That's
It's funny
funny.
because she used to be like highly allergic to cats my entire life. We never had them.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, we got 3. It's another personal life thing.
Another day, another cat.
No, we need to chill with that. I'm much more of a dog person. Oh, what's our goal for dogs?
So next year, I do want to do this before my birthday. So
Before your birthday next year?
yeah.
Okay.
So my birthday's May 23rd.
Yep.
So that means you have to move out before May 23rd.
It's not impossible. Did I tell you that I went over to Barb's house and door knocked it?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did tell you about that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the overall goal, so for you to be able to get the dog you want, which is a Doberman,
Yep.
I also want a Doberman. You said you wanted to move out first since we're both in our parents' basement, but you want to move out and do your house hack to get the dog. So I was like, okay. So I want to be able to get the dogs from the same
Breeder.
Yeah, so from the same mom and stuff, so we could have siblings. And I want a boy, and you also want a boy, so I think it'd be pretty cool.
The pressure's on now.
Yeah.
I gotta get the hell out.
No rush, no rush.
A little bit.
But, yeah, so that'll be super exciting.
Yeah. Find me a house, Steph.
Y'all, if y'all have a house you're looking to sell
Yeah, duplex,
Let us know.
triplex, quadplex, let me know, yo.
in Harrisburg,
Yeah. Harrisburg, I'm willing to go across the river. I don't know. Within like 30-minute radius of Harrisburg, I'd say. I'm not too picky at the moment.
yeah,
Just find me something that's not like, bad, too expensive.
yeah. West Shore.
The White Shore.
The West Shore.
No, I know. People just call it that. The White Shore. Yeah, that's true.
Just higher taxes. In Hershey. Hershey's higher taxes.
It is.
Yeah.
I was looking at well, I don't know. I was looking at this one place that just popped up in Camp Hill yesterday. It's a triplex.
Yeah.
A triplex, total of 7 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3,400 square feet. Property taxes are more than Wiccanisco Street.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like 7,000 a year. I'm like, are you kidding me? At Camp Hill. That's so high.
That's insane.
Right. Watch, people are gonna watch this and be like, I live in LA and property taxes for my condominium are $23,000 a year.
Yeah.
All right, guys, listen.
Well, if you want to invest over here, hit us up.
If you want to buy something, hit us up.
We're cash buyers.
We do. And also, yeah, if you're a cash buyer anywhere in the central PA area, please leave a comment, reach out to either one of us. Probably Stefanie because she has more social media than I do.
Well, yeah, we're gonna change that.
I know. That's like the next step, I think. Yeah. Well, get a house, get a dog, get social media set up. We'll figure it out.
Get an office.
Get an office. That's coming along.
But yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If there's anything you want us to talk about or that we may have missed, just comment that down below.
Yes, ma'am. And if you're looking to ignite your real estate investing, thank you for joining us with Real Estate. Oh.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Investors Unite.